The last game between Tails and Polt at the Zotac Cup monthly final is live. We are on Daybreak, and starting to the bottom left of the map we have the MVP Protoss player. It is Tails on game number 2 Star Station, not successful against his opponent. Starting to the top right in red we have for CM Storm Polt. And really cool games that we've seen so far between the two of them. Very aggressive though. Tails in both games relying on basically gateway attacks, especially in game number 2 after his proxy Stargate was detected. And this time we actually have Polt scouting immediately at the bottom left of his main base. Earlier on in another series against Acro, another Protoss player, this was the position where the Protoss started to go for a proxy gateway. And this is not the case in this game, so he doesn't have to be too careful about it. But let's see what exactly Tails is up to in game number 1. He's starting here with a 10 gate, really early in the game, and we've seen so many Protoss players in the past trying to be a little bit more aggressive now against Terrans, and that can really work out quite well for you if you send those units out to your opponent's base, especially when you have a mothership core as well that grants you vision on the high ground. That can do quite a lot. So what we are going to see here is Polt adding gas and probably starting with this Reaper first once again. It's a build that Polt loves. He really loves to start with a Reaper because for him this is a lot of scouting information that he's able to get, and he is always in a position where he knows what his opponent is up to, and this is just worth so much in StarCraft 2. If you have that Reaper on the map, you see what's going on. You also have a bit of map control that you would lose otherwise. So definitely a position where Polt feels very confident in. But Tails, he is now adding the second gas already. Is going for double gas with 2 workers in each. 2 workers in a gas gives you roughly 80% of the gas income that you would have with 3. So it's very well worth it to do that at the early game. That's something that especially Naniwa has been doing in the past quite a lot. And Reaper number 1 is now being built while the SCV is already moving out to have a bit of a glimpse what's happening here. And I'm actually really curious to see how aggressive Tails is going to be with this. We have him now with the Chrono Boost on the Mothership core. We have the Cybernetics core also being done, and here comes the Gateway Research. The Chrono Boosts only being used for this, probably starting with one of his Stalkers again. Would be surprised for him to start with the Zealot here. Didn't do it in the last few games, and I don't expect him to do it here either. And of course Polt seems to be really happy going into an engineering bay block at the natural again. I feel that Tails should expect this. And I actually think that the opening that he chooses is now going to give him a little bit of a lead if he can really do damage with it. The Mothership core is moving out now, and Polt about to complete the reactor at the barracks. This will allow him to get now the double Marine production out there to have the Marines in time to deal with the Mothership core. But we also see the command center being produced as the second CC. And here's already the Mothership core. Having a quick look, Stalker number 1 not there just yet. But now, well, actually he's here. Second one is not there. Took down the SCV and is moving to take down the Reaper and moving to the top right once again. Can he do any kind of damage here? The Mothership core has already 2 kills. Both Marines have died, but the next 2 Marines are going to take out the Mothership easy peasy. He tries to take down another SCV, and he most likely will, but now he's going to lose it. I don't really understand. Well, the thought process was probably just to damage them as much as possible, the Marines that is, and delay that bunker. But the thing is that those Stalkers are not going to arrive at the top right before the bunker is done. So he can only run past. That's the only thing that he can do, and ooh, wow, he just goes into a 4 gate. 3 gates don't cut it. Alright, that's fine with me. I'm going to go into 4. Let's see how you're going to deal with this. Probe at the front, he needs a pylon, and he has one on the low ground, and this is something that Polt hasn't spotted yet, so he doesn't know, but he knows that there is no second base, and now the mule is being taken out. The Stalker is whittling away at the hit points of the Marines, is trying to run away here and sniping one of the Marines at least. The SCV is moving in, trying to kill this Stalker. They're just not able to pull it off. He needs to send another Marine over if he wants to take it out. And here come the rest of the Stalkers. They're trying to move through, and they are able to run in. Not quite. Polt is there with the SCVs. Once again, the Terran player in such a good spot. He knows how to defend in these situations, and he is about to have a full wall at the front with those bunkers. 3 bunkers, and good luck with your 4 gate. Tails is gonna have a tough time here. The Stalkers are moving in. Oh, but he could walk past, and this time the SCVs are not there in time. And now he has to move out of the bunker. He's losing 2 of the SCVs. Well, nearly, not quite. But he is now in a really bad spot, and the SCVs are gonna try to stop the rest of the Stalkers, trying to surround them if they can, and the Marines are doing the rest. Stalker after Stalker is being taken out here, and Tails is in a pretty bad spot, even though he's stopping the mining time for the Terran player for a significant amount of time. The harvester count here, 22 to 20, the additional 2 mules giving Polt a huge lead in the income, and now the wall is once again about to be completed. Tails is running out of steam here, while at the bottom left the engineering bay is still going strong, and this is just looking grim for the Protoss, especially since the Terran is now adding Marauders and also has his first +1 attack upgrade completed. This does not look good. This actually looks like it's going to be game. Polt is in a great spot to take this series. At the bottom the engineering bay is neglected, another Stalker being sent over there, but can Tails push through? I don't think so. I think he's gonna take his Nexus now at the bottom and trying to transition out of this, which is a bit hopeless, but what else can he do? Bust through at the ramp against double bunker and another supply depot? I don't think so. And with the Nexus at the bottom left, Tails is just confirming that thought, and he's looking at it and he's like, well, you know what, I don't think so either. I'm just trying to transition out of it. I know that I'm in a shitty position, but what else am I supposed to do here? Problem for him really being that there is not only another starport being added, but we also have the barracks here on the go. We have more SCVs being built, the mules being called down. Polt, if you just look at the supply, it doesn't look like much. It really doesn't look like much. But it's just the fact that his tech is so far ahead, that he has the double medivacs on the way, that Stim is being researched, +1 attack upgrade is being done. There is no base mining. Polt, of course, is also not mining here from his natural, but he's just increasing his harvester numbers here, and he is in a position where he can then just float it down. He has all the production in the world now, and it's his game to lose. He's pulling ahead in the supply. Overall supply, that is. Blink for Tails is going to be the option here, but yeah. With the medivacs, Tails has to be careful. As soon as the medivacs start dropping units on the low ground, he has to fall back, and he's falling back even a little bit faster because he knows that this is going to happen eventually, especially now with Stim nearly completed. And here comes the drop. Oops, scouted by Tails. He sees it, but he doesn't have Blink just yet. He can't stop the medivacs here. Polt has to fly somewhere else. Can try to get into the main base. For now, he kills the pylon, and he's gonna use the orbital command here at the natural, trying to give this extra income. Whereas, of course, Tails also has a Nexus here. But yeah, Stim is now done. Terran player in a 20 supply lead, getting his better tech into the game right now, getting as many upgrades here as humanly possible. Also a little bit more Marauder heavy now, wants to have those few medivacs, but a bit of a pylon that we have that goes unscouted. He sees the probe, but he doesn't really check if there's already a forward pylon by his opponent. So that's always the option that Tail has now, going into this mid-stage of the game. But the problem really is a big drop into the main base, while another force is going to hit the natural, and that's what we're going to see here. The dropships are already moving in. At the bottom we have the Stalkers in position, but here comes the rest of the army. He is moving back immediately, not trying to fight, but we will see a Stim in just a few seconds, and then a move in. He could even try to snipe the Nexus here, which is most likely not going to do. He's just demolishing the worker count of his opponent, and Tails doesn't even realize it. He's still occupied hunting those units down, and this is a decent amount of damage, but just look at the economy of the Protoss player here. He is completely all in with this right now. He's losing everything. He tries to move in, and Polt knows what's happening here. He's gonna rely on his high ground on the choke point. The bunkers are not there yet though, but he has a lot of Marauders, and he can Stim, and that's what he's gonna do. Here comes the Blink on the other hand, and Tails has a bit of a window here, but he's losing everything at the bottom left already. The Nexus is going down, everything else is already on power. There are no pylons left. Tails is supply block. Polt is using his SCVs. He knows that the only thing that he has to do is hold here, and now that the bunkers are completed, he has everything that he needs to take the series and the game. This is GG. Tails is leaving the match, and Polt advances to the final game.